There's nothing cooler than sitting in a tree stand knowing that you have a really cool bear bait right below you, and that any second while you're sitting there, a big bear or any kind of animal could be moving in to that area. Now, what the cool part about sitting in a tree stand is on a bait is, say you can be doing many things. Many of us work 40 hours a week, or maybe even more, whatever. But when you're not working, you want to be able to sit down, relax, and still be able to kind of enjoy playing games or whatever you want to do. And in this case here, you can kind of relax, but also you're hunting at the same time. For instance, I used to be an electrician. I did construction work 7 days a week, and so I actually worked for myself. So I was always worrying about trying to book my next job, figuring out what I want to do next, and kind of like, you know, planning out my week. So while I'm sitting in a tree stand, whether I'm editing videos, working on trying to find my new job, or whatever I want to do, whether you're trying to get some errands done really quick, you can do so many things. The point is you can multitask while you're hunting a bear bait at the same time. And I think it would be absolutely crucial to add this to Call of the Wild, because not only that, it would literally change some of the maps. For instance, if they added bear baits to, say, Medved Taiga, who knows, that could be like one of the new best maps in Call of the Wild, because it's so perfect. It's really wide open. You know, those lakes out there, you could put a couple of baits out there. Now, some people could say like, yeah, we already have need zones, but no, this has nothing to do with need zones. It could be kind of the same concept, but they would come directly to that bait, right? And you could sit there and decide whether or not you want to take down the big bear or a rare bear or whatever kind of bear you want to take. Meanwhile, you can sit there and call in reindeer, minks, whatever. No, wait, is it minks? No, lynx. But anyways, you get the point. It's just awesome. It's absolutely awesome. When I first started playing the Hunter Classic, this is literally what got me hooked on playing the Hunter Classic. This single-handedly started my YouTube channel on my phone. I was actually recording on my iPhone 4S at the time, I think it was. And that's how I started recording. I started recording bear bait hunts with a bow and arrow. It was just the coolest thing ever. And I think it would literally be amazing to have this in Call of the Wild. Meanwhile, you're sitting there patiently doing your homework, scouting out your next job, or eating a freshly cooked meal prepared by your wife or girlfriend. And the next thing you know, you spot a giant black bear coming right your direction, and you just start freaking out. Because man, it's such a rush to be sitting there doing your homework, getting ready for your next job, you know, kind of like pre-planning your next week, trying to figure out what you want to do. And next thing you know, you got a big bear coming right in. You don't have to do anything. You just sit there calm, relax, and wait for him to come in, you know, and there's a chance he might not come in, but there's also a really good chance that eventually he's going to come in. And when he does, you're going to be ready for it. And you'll have either your bow or 300 Magnum or whatever you want. Well, you'll just sit there and wait for him to come in. You draw back, line up the crosshair, take the shot. And then after that, you get super pumped. You made an awesome shot. You got your bear. But then guess what? You got more coming in. So all you got to do is just sit there and wait. And they're going to come. Oh, look at that. We got a buck calling. We got a buck calling. A black-tail buck calling out there. All right, so he's calling out there. In fact, there's definitely two bucks out there. One on the left and one kind of far back. Doesn't look like anything too special, but for surely a couple of bucks. And a couple of bucks is way better than not a couple of bucks. And before you know it, you got a couple bear coming right into your bait. Now at this point here, this is kind of the coolest part, because you can actually decide whether or not the bear is big enough for you to take the shot. And in this case here, both these bear are not very big. So we're gonna opt out on taking the shot, and we're gonna hold off for one just a little bit bigger. And that's the cool part too, is you can sit here and just let the bear kind of roam around and do whatever they want to do till they leave, and or until a bigger bear, like a big boar, comes in and pushes them off, which is exactly what would happen in real life. You'll have a couple of medium or small sized bear on the bait, and next thing you know, a big boar comes into the territory and everything takes off, because that big boar is the dominant animal in that area. What do we got coming in here now? look at this. We got a black-tail buck coming in here. Nothing too special, but hey, it is a buck. And when there's one buck, there could be another one. Ooh, now that bear there definitely has my interest. That's a solid looking bear. 16 to 19, but he actually weighs around 160 kgs, which that's a pretty good sized bear. Now, if that thing comes in, I'd have a very difficult time passing him up. And not only that, he's a chocolate color as well. Oh my God, that's the one we're looking for. That right there is the one we're looking for. Look at the size of that black bear. 20 to 23, 250 kgs you're talking here. Look at the size of that big old boar. Now, what would happen in a case like this is this big boar would come in, right, slowly. And all the animals in the area can sense that this big dominant predator is moving into the area. And these bear here are going to be long gone. And man, that would be so cool to see that happen here in the game. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be really cool if it did happen. Oh, we got company. Another bear moving in here. That's going to be a medium-sized bear. Another medium-sized one, but like I said, he is nowhere near the size of this big boar coming in here. Man, that's a beast of a bear. Look what just showed up, guys. That's a great black-tail buck right there. That's a 150 plus. That's a great, great buck. Now, moments like these are pretty cool because you actually have to decide what you really want to do. And the question is, do we want to wait for this big boar to come in? Or could we somehow figure out a way to pull off a shot on this nice black-tail buck? So probably what's going to happen here is we're definitely waiting for this big boar to come in. Because, man, he's going to walk right underneath us. Look at the size of this bear. In fact, we're going to swap over to the other side here and get a better view of this massive boar coming in. Look at the size of that thing. Man, he just looks mean, big, and tough, doesn't he? Wow. So it kind of looks like he's going to come right underneath us, which would give us roughly like a 15-yard shot. And honestly, if I could see a little better right now and the sun was out, I might think about taking that shot right there. All right, let's get a range on him. So yeah, he's going to be roughly 18 yards out right there. Wow. Okay, the sun's out. I think I might take this shot. Of course, I had to say that, and then it's going to start raining, isn't it? I am not taking a shot in the rain. Definitely not going to take a shot in the rain. It's okay. Wait a second. What just happened? Did I not tell you this was going to happen? I mean, I didn't actually think it was going to happen in game, but check this out. All the other bear took off. They all took off because this guy moved in. The biggest bear of the area moved into this bait here, and he's saying, this is my food. Back up. And now he's the boss. Wow. I didn't actually think that was going to happen. I honestly didn't think that was going to happen. But that's so cool that it did. As we're sitting here waiting, another big old boar decided to move into the territory. Now, the reason he decided to move in is because he's almost the same size as this other big bear here, meaning that he can definitely fight against this one and have a chance at winning. So that's why he came all the way over here to try and claim his dominance as well. But we'll see what happens here. And I think that might be our buck. It's definitely our buck. Man, that's a beautiful blacktail. I really wouldn't mind getting a nice shot on him. And what we might try and do, or I think what we're going to do, is actually get a nice shot on this bear and then try and call in that blacktail just after that. All right, here we go. The rain finally let down, and there's our big old boar right there. He's going to be the one on the right side. What we're going to do is we're going to let him loop around a little bit. That's him right there. And when he comes into the bait, we're looking at about a 30-yard shot here. We got the camo pulsar. I would go for a shot with the recurve, but it's got a little bit of a less knockdown power than, say, this camo pulsar. So there he is right there, 20 yards out. Oh, if he stopped there, that'd be perfect. Beautiful shot. Pinned him right to the ground. Dropped him right there. That's what we want to have happen right there, guys. That's exactly what we want to have happen. Beautiful shot, and a giant bear hits the ground. Man, what a rush. And especially the fact that we had all these bear on top of us here. We decided to opt out on taking the shot, and we wanted to be patient in hopes that maybe a big boar would move in. And that's exactly what happened. And guess what, guys? Just like I thought, the other big boar is coming back in. So very similar to when you're hunting turkeys, say you take down a big gobbler. What's gonna happen is you got the big dominant one, right? And then the one that wasn't the dominant one now becomes kind of like king, because the boss is not around anymore. So now there's gonna be room for a new boss. And that's kind of what's happening here. This bear is gonna take over as the new dominant boar in this area, which is awesome, because that's exactly what happened in real life. And not only that, now we're gonna get a second chance at this other big boar as well. And I thought I saw our black-tailed buck shot off that direction too. So we're gonna put out a couple of calls. We got another bear right. Oh, let's just say this bear is not gonna stay there for too long. He is not the dominant bear of the area, but he doesn't really know that there's a giant boar just over there. This guy here, I mean, he's not tiny. And actually, I wouldn't mind trying to take that shot there, because if we dropped him, I don't think we would spook that other bear. I think we could take that shot. Perfect shot, dropped him. He was quartering almost directly away, so I kind of held the pin like right in front of that hind quarter, going for kind of a borderline Texas heart shot, and we put it right perfect and dropped him. And I think we probably got like double lung liver. So what an epic shot, and another nice bear down. The reason that we took him is because he's kind of like a rare bear. He's actually got the I believe cinnamon color. So if you're hunting in real life and you get a cinnamon black bear, you better take that shot, because they're super hard to find. I just heard something coming in behind us, and I turned and looked, and we got a black-tailed buck right on top of us here. He's definitely not a giant, but he's not tiny either. And that's pretty cool, because he's not the same buck that we had coming in. Now, at this point here, what we have to do is kind of make a decision. What do we got over there? Another boar coming in. Another nice male black bear. I believe that would make 4 black bear coming in right now. And there's our bull elk coming in as well. So I think what I might try and do is take down that buck right there. The doe's actually facing the correct direction. So if we took a shot on this buck. Perfect shot. We dropped him right there. We did hit spine, but because the angle that he was at, we went up in there and got a nice vital hit. So he'll go down in a little bit. Meanwhile, this other nice boar's moving in. Here he comes. Approaching the bait. And I think if we took a shot on this bear here, we should be alright to not spook our big boar, which is hanging tight out there at about 100 yards out. It's a solid bear right there. Alright, so here we go. Let's get ready and pull off an awesome shot. Now, I wouldn't mind taking that shot right there, but he's actually slightly quartering at us. So if we took that shot, we'd either hit the front shoulder or the intestine. If we're lucky, maybe nick the back of the lung, but that's way too risky for me. I wouldn't mind that shot though. Beautiful shot again. Dropped him right there. Perfect double lung and potentially even heart. Meanwhile, look what we have sneaking in here. Our big old boar is on the move. He's actually working his way around really slow, but he's kind of circling, coming in from the back side here, and he's going to be entering somewhere over here. So if we don't pay attention, that bear could come in at any second. And just like that, we got another one right there. Okay, that's actually that other small female that we saw before. Oh my god, look what's coming in right now, guys. The other big boar is coming in. we've been sitting here waiting for about 5 minutes, and that bear kind of decided to loop around just like I thought, and now he's coming in the backside, just as pretty as a picture, coming in right to the bait. Look at the size of this big old boar coming in. You know they're big when they have a small head like that, and their body's just massive. I mean, his head is not small. I'm telling you this, his head is pretty big, but his body's so big that it makes his head actually look small. That's how you know you got a big bear coming in. But here he is right here. Look at the size of that boar. All right, let's see if we can't get ready and take a shot. Again, we could probably take that shot, but he's actually slightly quartering at us a little bit, and we do not want to risk taking that shot. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go for, again, a 20-yard shot. I wouldn't mind that shot actually if he stopped right there, but he's not going to, so I'm not gonna take that shot. Definitely not gonna take that one because he's right behind this bar from the tree stand. All right, here we go. Let's draw back. He should slow down right about there. Another absolute perfect shot, and another giant boar hits the ground. This is just epic. This is absolutely epic. It's so hard to explain how much fun and how cool this style of hunting actually is. Not only that, if you haven't done it in real life, well, you can't really go to Canada now, but I would say once you actually are able to get to Canada freely without having all these complications in the world, I would definitely recommend going to Canada and going on a bear hunt, hunting a bear bait, because man, it's an absolute blast. I've done it a few times and it's such a rush. Anyways, let's get down there. Well, there's one more bear coming in here first. I want to check to see what it is, but I doubt it's going to be anything special. Not a big one. And another one right there. What is that? Small. Definitely small. I could tell from a mile away it's small. But I do have the 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun here. So I'm going to try and take a shot on this medium-sized boar coming in behind us as well. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Oh my god, this thing is awesome. Dude, there's no way that bear is going far. There's absolutely no way that bear is going far. Man, they're tough. He's still... Holy... If that bear didn't go down, then I don't know what to say. Wow. I can't believe that that thing ran that far. I really can't believe that. Anyways, let's get over here and go have a look at our bear. So, again, we have 2 giant boar down and 1 cool cinnamon colored one as well. That should be that medium-sized one. Yeah, that's the medium-sized one. So, I want to actually try and take a cool picture of this because it's pretty cool. So, I picked up the giant black bear, but we pulled off a double lung heart shot. He scored 21.4. Oh, and check that out. He's got a big white patch on the front of him. Man, that's epic. That is so cool. Look at that. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. It really doesn't. If I could just get our guy in there. In position here. Oh, there we go. That's money. I like that a lot. I really like that a lot right there. Maybe I'll stand up our guy just so you can see how big that thing is. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that a lot. We're going with that. There we go. That's the quartering shot. And it was a blonde. I called it a cinnamon, but right there was an intestine, liver, lung, heart, stomach shot. Texas heart shot. Borderline Texas heart shot, quartering away at 20 yards. Because it is a cool looking bear, we'll take a trophy shot of him as well. That'll do. That'll do. All right, so we found our black bear down. And I'm honestly not impressed with the penetration in the 12 gauge slugs there, because like, yeah, he didn't go that far, but he went pretty far. Like we shot at him, I think like 4 times, maybe 5 times, and he still went easily 200 yards. Look at those shot placements right there too. Perfect shots, both of them. I mean, yeah, it was quartering at us a little bit, but intestine and stomach when I was holding right on the front shoulder. And then left front leg, and then left front leg. But clearly you can see both holes are right here and right here. And last but not least, our second biggest black bear. Should be like a 20 score as well. Let's find out how big he's gonna be. Double lung shot at 20 yards out and a 20.3. Another beautiful black bear. He weighed 203 kgs. And that's actually gonna be kind of like the best trophy shot that we'll have so far right there. That's really cool. I like that a lot. All right. Let me know what you guys think about Call of the Wild adding bear baits to the game in the near future or potentially sometime in the future. Do you think it would be an awesome idea, and would it really make Call of the Wild a better game, especially on maps like Medved Taiga? Imagine having brown bear coming into a bear bait, or having grizzlies coming into a bear bait on the Yukon Valley. I just think it would be amazing. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.